P100W. Base pack for operational management. Organizations increasingly need to be competitive. Do more, faster and better with less. To do so, they need new tools. The pack P100W aims to streamline the entire operational area with regard to the management of tasks in general, projects and works, operations, equipment and consumption stocks. All of these modules work in an integrated way and are in the cloud, so there is no need to install anything. Let's look at a synthesis of each of these modules.
M340. Timesheets. This module supports the planning and control of times, with emphasis on the planning and control of the activity times of people and equipment, as well as interventions on them and tasks associated with them. Intervention sheets, activity reports and statistics. Imputation of times to projects, contracts and/or tasks either internally or to third parties. Although the focus is on the times, both expenses and consumption associated with them may also be registered. Enables the imputation of costs, and may generate internal or third-party billing. Multiple outputs and statistics.
M310. Projects, works. This module is directed to the management of projects and works with emphasis on budgeting, planning, follow-up and implementation of projects, works, whether in regard to the financial aspects of expenses and revenues, cost and sales prices, or in regard to the operational aspects of items to be executed and their inputs. Proposals, consumption plans, requests and billing. Schedules of implementation, cost and income. As projects, works are also contracts, they may be managed as such. Definition of projects, works by both, items to be executed and products to be consumed. The products to be consumed are those needed for the execution of the items. The direct relationship between items and products, including the composition of prices. Dynamic outputs and statistics.
M315. Operations and micro-operations. Many of the activities performed by organizations can be set out as projects, works, and/or operations, taking such activities as more structured, more repetitive, and of shorter duration than projects, works. The operations consist of micro-operations, from the catalog of micro-operations established by the organization. Example, a simple monthly service to a customer can be managed as a series of micro-operations, namely a. Receiving and registering monthly orders. b. Assigning the employees who will process such orders. c. Processing orders. d. Informing that the orders have been accomplished. e. Invoicing the customer. Another example, now of logistics. An unloading operation of a ship may consist of a. Delivery ex-quay. b. Unslinging. c. Parking. d. Cargo loading. e. Transportation, haulage. f. Discharge at the customer's premises. The module M315 is oriented for the management of these operations, highlighting, in particular, the definition of the catalog of micro-operations, sufficient to support the systematic activities of the organization. Budgeting, planning, monitoring, and accomplishment of operations, whether in the financial aspects of costs and revenues, or in the operational aspects of the accomplishment of the actual micro-operations. Proposals, operation, and micro-operation plans, requisitions and invoicing. Execution, cost, and income schedules. The management of operations, also seen as contracts, integrated with the module processes, contracts. Dynamic outputs, and statistics.
M330, Equipment and Facilities Management. This module is directed to the management of equipment and facilities, with highlights to the record, characterization of equipment and facilities, their architecture and allocation to organization units and/or people, insurance policies and values, insurance claims, refueling, the registration and follow-up of resolution of problems, interventions related to facilities, transport, maintenances, and overhauling, repairs, and others, the control of consumptions and expenses in general, dynamic outputs and statistical reports, control of their outputs, insurance values and claims.
M155, Consumption and Stock Management. This module is directed to the management of consumption and stocks, with highlights to the registration of consumption plans and orders, their fulfillment and transport, delivery away bills, items entering the stockroom, the automation of the reflexes of such incoming and outgoing items, in terms of stocks, accounting, and budgeting, reports and statistics of consumption per organization unit and product, as well as additional outputs, appropriate for the analysis of consumption data, the implementation of the average cost of items, and the control of current and reserved quantities, incoming and outgoing items, as well as the last cost values of items, the management of stocks in general, including alerts, the support to the preparation and implementation of inventories, along with the consequent automatable adjustments of stocks.